So we just spent the last week in Santa Barbara. We stayed at Sun Outdoors. It was a little bit of a splurge for us, but it was really nice.
But we did get a Black Friday deal, so it was half off.
We did do that. So we booked it quite a long time ago in November. I think it was like 40% off. So that's why we stayed there. We did a week.
Yep.
And I think that was a good amount of time. We saw quite a bit. Could have spent a little more time there, but I think we covered most things that we wanted to do.
Yeah. So we started off by going to Channel Island. It's an island that's about 22 miles off the coast of California. It's also a national park, which is really cool.
So we went there early when we did the Sea Cave kayaking adventure. That was super fun. I was a little nervous because I'd never been kayaking on the ocean before, but it was a lot of fun, even though it was wavy and it was a little rough. But
It wasn't that bad.
it was really neat though. Going in and out of the caves was cool. We saw lots of wildlife. We saw some harbor seals. We saw a sea lion.
A lot of birds.
Lots of birds.
A whole island of birds.
Yeah.
They basically restored this little island. What is it called? Scorpion Rock?
Yeah.
And I think they hand planted over 10,000 plants that used to be native to the area, and then ended up bringing back a bunch of birds. They repopulated them with bald eagles and a lot of other cool birds.
Yeah. So we did that in the morning for like 4 hours, and then we did a hike to Potato Harbor after, which was about 4 miles out and back total. And that was really cool. It was really, really windy. The weather was starting to turn because we did get a storm the next day or that night. So it was super windy, but we still got a view of Potato Harbor, and the water was really pretty.
Yeah, so at Potato Harbor, I'm not sure what causes the color effect, if it's just shallow or there's minerals in the water, but it almost looks like a Caribbean blue or greenish, just in this one little area, which is really neat.
And then we went back down, and then we did get to see the island fox, which was one of my big things. I really wanted to see that, and I was kind of bummed we didn't see it on the hike. But after, when we were back towards like the campgrounds and where we got off the ferry there at the dock, they were around there, so saw a couple of those, which was nice.
What are they, a whopping 5 pounds?
They're about the size of a house cat, so they're pretty small.
Yeah.
So Channel Island's super fun. Would highly recommend it if you're in the area. It is a little hard to get to, and it's a little expensive, so it's $70 per person for the ferry ride to get there and back.
Which is about an hour and a half long.
But yeah, it's an hour and a half long. You could see whales, you could see dolphins. We did see some dolphins, lots of birds, and yeah, it was well worth it in my opinion.
Yeah.
But we did do a day in downtown Santa Barbara, or 2 days actually.
2 days, yeah.
So the first time we started our morning kind of up in the mountains from Santa Barbara in the...
I don't know, but we went to a place called Lizard
range.
Mouth,
We
which
went to-
is this really cool rock formation.
Lizard's Mouth Rock, which was really cool.
The drive up there is absolutely gorgeous. I mean, if you've never been to the California coast, you have ocean and then a little bit of land, and then it's just like straight up these mountains. So unlike where we're from in New Hampshire, when you go to the top of a mountain, you don't really see the ocean.
Yeah.
So it's just a really cool vantage point and perspective, being able to see up and down the coastline, and then also getting to check out this pretty neat rock formation.
Yeah. Then after that, we went down into Santa Barbara. We went to Stearns Wharf and walked the whole pier. Checked out the little shops that were out there. There's some restaurants out there. You can actually drive out there, but we just chose to walk. We parked in Santa Barbara and then walked around. Walked the bike path a little bit, and then went to the Funk Zone. Which,
Parking tip though.
Yeah.
If it's not a busy time, park in the street because it's free. Otherwise, we found out if you park in one of their parking lots, it's like $3 an hour if you have a regular sized vehicle under 20 feet. We've got a long bed pickup truck, so we had to park in oversized, which is $7 an hour.
So it gets a little pricey.
Yeah.
So definitely park on the road if there's options too.
Yep. And then we noticed they had this really nice walking path and bike path, kind of hybrid, that runs along the beach in between the main road and the sand for the beach. At that point, we were just kind of on like a little date for ourselves because we hadn't done a date in a while, just been go, and wanted to slow down for a minute. But we thought, hey, maybe it'd be cool to bring our bikes back. So we ended up doing that a little later. But yeah, CeLynn was saying there's this whole area called Funktown.
The Funk Zone.
Funk Zone.
It's a bunch of like breweries, wineries, galleries. The first time we went, I don't think we were really in the right area.
definitely not.
So like we weren't finding much, and we were a little confused because everyone recommended going there, but we were like, well, there's not really that much here. But then we went back another time, and there was we finally came across like all the wineries, the breweries, the shops, and it is a really cool place. And so Tuesday we went to lunch at Boathouse at Hendry's Beach, and that was really good. We got fish and chips and beer. Beer was really good. It was the Santa Barbara Blonde.
Yes.
Super yummy. And that was kind of that day. Oh, and then we went to Butterfly Beach that day, which Butterfly Beach is well worth the stop. The beach like in Santa Barbara is nice, but this one's like much more quaint and quiet and has nice like flowers and greenery alongside of it, and it's really pretty. I like that one.
And there's parking on either side of the street there. No bathrooms, we found out, so use the restrooms that are over at the main beach just a couple miles away in downtown Santa Barbara.
And so the other time we went to Santa Barbara, we rode our bikes. We started at Shoreline Park, and we did about, I think, almost 10 miles, 5 miles out, 5 miles back. We biked all the way to Butterfly Beach, locked up our bikes, and then like walked along the ocean for a bit. And then we went back to the Funk Zone, and we went to, I think it's called Validation Brewery.
Yes.
And they were having like some smash burger special, so we all got burgers and beer.
$10 burgers for the whole week.
Yeah. And
Wagyu burgers.
Wagyu burgers. They were fancy burgers for $10. That was really good.
And then we kept walking around and explored more, and we saw tons of people just funneling down this one street, and we're like, maybe we should go there and check it out. So we ended up finding it's like this whole outdoor sort of mall or outlet type setup.
Yeah. It was really cool.
It was really pretty. They did a really good job with the landscaping and everything.
There's like mosaic tiles on the ground and like just greenery, vines everywhere, and all the buildings were white and like Tuscan looking.
Yeah.
It was
and
cool.
then there was like this back little courtyard area where they had this massive propane fire pit that you could hang out in.
Yeah, unlike any mall we've seen before.
Yeah.
But
except for the one in Utah.
Yeah, there's an outdoor
Salt
mall
Lake.
in Utah that's nice. After work, another day we went to, I'm going to say it wrong, but Nojoqui Falls, which was short. It's like a mile out and back total. That was really nice. The water wasn't running much. It was raining the day before, so we thought it'd be running a little bit more.
Yeah.
But it was really pretty. It was nice, the walk itself was nice too, just being in the forest. I think we've been a little deprived since we lived in the desert for several months. We just miss greenery, but...
Yeah. And if you've ever been in the Grand Canyon, this waterfall kind of reminded me of, what was it, Rainbow Falls?
Ribbon Falls.
Ribbon Falls.
Yeah.
Yeah, just very similar. It's like a thin waterfall that comes down, and I think it pulls a bunch of minerals or something that just sort of build up over time and creates this really cool looking wall. And then the water just kind of cuts little channels into it. It's really neat.
Campground was super nice. Would highly recommend staying there. But try to get a deal because they do have deals that go on for Sun Outdoors. So like the back end of our campground had a trail that went down to the water, down to the ocean, which was super nice. It was El Capitan State Beach, and the whole state beach actually has like a whole camping area, but it's all closed right now. I think it's closed for the year, which it's just closed to traffic, so foot traffic can still go down there. So it was really nice because there was basically no one there every day we were there.
Yeah, so the trail behind our camper just brings you out to the main road instead of having to walk through the whole campground and then down a bunch of other streets. And when the trail comes out to that road, you just cross it, and right there is that state park.
Yeah. And just long, so like low tide, there's a beach. High tide, it's more rocky. But we saw dolphins several times, lots of surfers.
They got a few picnic tables there.
Yeah. But that was really nice.
Yeah.
And it was nice to have just a quiet beach to go hang out at for like sunset or in the mornings or during our lunch walks.
Yeah.
Campground itself, super nice. They had laundry, bathrooms. I don't know if they had showers. I don't think they did.
Maybe by the pool area, but we didn't really check that out.
They had a pool. We didn't swim in the pool, but it was pretty warm. I went to the hot tub a few nights. Hot tub was really nice. This time of year, so we're here first week of March, and there was very few people camping here. I was surprised. So when we were in the hot tub, it was basically all the campers in the hot tub. There was like 3 other campers that would show up, so we just hung out with them each night, and they were all super friendly. But yeah, it was very, very quiet, which was nice.
And laundry, I think, was $3 for $4 for a wash, $3 for dryer.
Yeah.
They do have a coin machine there. It takes 1s and 5s, so you can get quarters.
Yeah.
They've got a little store there if you need any little amenities or, I don't know, snacks or something. They have firewood there as well.
Yeah, they have firewood. So each site has a picnic table, a fire pit, a cement pad, which is really nice. We haven't been to many of them. Many campgrounds that have a cement pad, but it makes a big difference with like leveling and just having a nice place.
I mean, the whole utility setup was very nice. They have this whole all-in-one pedestal for power, water hookup all connected right there, sewers in the right spot, so you only needed one 10-foot hose.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe that's different if you have like a super long camper, but everything was really simple here, very well laid out.
Yeah, good experience.
Yeah.
So today we're traveling to San Simeon. We're boondocking in like the back part of the state park, I believe it is. It's Washburn Campground. We'll be there for 1 week.
So don't forget to like and subscribe to follow along on our adventure. And if you got anything you want to know, let us know in the comments.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.